been arrested in New York. Police even brought in a van so they could load people up into that van as they were arrested tonight. The video of an officer kneeling on an unarmed black man as he continued to stop breathing. That pain and agony.
So, yeah, I put my faith in Beyond Life, okay, so, I'm
he was in the area of the breakout this evening, urging people to not take their anger out on police who are just trying to do their job.
So, hold on,
take their anger out on elected officials.
So, anyway, so what I was saying, hold on. It could be 30s, it could be like yards away, right? Okay, I mean, given the nature, it could be infrared. You know, I mean, whatever is a
full review of what happened tonight. We don't ever want to see another night like this. The anger and frustration also grew as people circled around a police van. They threw fireworks underneath it. They threw a flame into the car. They spray painted it. They broke the windows, jumping on top of it. They also wrote on it "dead cops" on that vehicle before it went up in flames. Also, protesters getting into fights with police. They also threw water bottles at them and insults. But there will be more protests tomorrow, as you can see behind me right now. Very empty streets.
So it's really just kind of like frustrates you. This is what frustrates you. End of the term. But hey, epicenter here. I've been away this whole time. I've been away the whole time. So I don't know if you're to me. I mean, it's a frustration too. So I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, fix it." You know what I mean? And like, "Oh, really? You don't do that? Oh, really? You don't get waterboarded? Oh, really? Oh, domestic terrorism? What happened? Oh, you don't get waterboarded? What happened?"
Yeah, it was pretty hairy. As you started walking back, one thing the looting certainly is widespread.
Hey, you know what? It's beyond the person's death now at this point. You tell you officer got killed in Oakland, California. And so that, well, who doesn't know him?
As we get deep into it, and then we start coming back. I saw the liquor store was still liquor. People were out of there. Fires going.
And this frustration is conflict you and be like, hey, you know what? Hey, we're gonna such and such. Hey, you know what? The schematics are of it. If you put it on, you're gonna get it. Claire Carlson said, if you have a stake in the civilization of the world today, you might have some you might have some books behind it. What's going on? You might have everybody running the numbers right now, as we speak. If you don't have a stake, I don't know what you're doing. Eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but. And they don't say, hey, you don't say that, but well, you know what? When it fuels the fame, it doesn't matter to me, but because my opinion is at this point in the time of my life, I would not be nowhere near such a situation. So that instead of vet us out and be like, oh, such and such, and be like that, hey, this is injustice to us, and it's a bad label to the United States. And that's a disclaimer for myself. You know, so because this is a day-to-day thing I live with. You know, this type of what you're seeing is a feeling, is a discrimination you feel, is a worrisome feeling that you feel. It's not a feeling of joy. It's not a feeling of joy. It's not a feeling of security or whatnot. It's it's actually national guerrillism right now, and so what it is national guerrillism. And so if you think that people that have a stake in the nation don't not take notes, well, Donald Trump has already released himself from the WHO, which is basically the UN of health. Released himself from the EU and says whatever. And so give it. I mean, I'm not just saying. I'm just saying. Even master and servant, whatever you call that, is you say. My opinion, and it is just all losing me, so it conflict me. Because he knows my epicenter is very dangerous as well. He knows my epicenter is very dangerous as well. And hey, you know what? You save your own life, but you know, he said this taking a life. Hey, you know what? It gives me a sweet tooth because you know it's like it's just kind of like it says I don't know what that means, man. Why OGism alone? You know what I mean? Where am I at, dude? You know what I mean? What was the predecessor say? What did my blog say by the first lady tweeted out racism and whatnot? Okay, it's just and it just sits up there and it just kind of excuse me, and then so. And and you say, well, 2,100. You honestly, they say 2,100, as I've been saying on the blogs, as maybe these people's leaders have been told what to do and stuff. They're not independent people. They've been told what to do. They just it's kind of silly how they act and stuff like that. But then they go back and say, "Hey, Dad," and stuff like that. And I'm just saying, though, 2,100, what it is, and I can accept that. I a 2-year education, right? Education. And so, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what? If you feel inferior, that's not my problem, you know what I mean? If I just turn my dog how to read, that's my problem.
You mentioned the looting. We have looting reports in numerous cities, including in Portland,
and so
where people are apparently looting stores there. You can look at some live pictures now, not you, Mike, but our viewers can see spray paint on storefronts and people carrying goods that they have apparently taken from stores that were smashed into as opportunists move in to grab what they can in this chaotic situation. It happened in Minneapolis as well, where, by the way, we're waiting on a news conference from the governor, Walz, who is going to speak to this ongoing situation in the Twin Cities. Mike, you've been there for a couple of days now. You've seen these protests every night. I'm wondering if you think something
and who knows who's behind it? Really, who knows who's behind it? Behind the mastermind of domestic terrorism and stuff like that. Isn't that the mastermind? Because it's coordinated effect. It's not just a what do you call it? It's not just a chaotic movement. It's organized. What do you call it? Movement.
Colonel Langer is
or maybe it's an organized movement, but they don't know. They do know. But the government wants, as many part of the media, the government wouldn't say if they're saying, "Hey, you know what? No, I mean, I wouldn't say if it's organized under ourselves or if it's organized under domestic terrorism." And so I wouldn't say that. If it's a struggle between the government itself, it's a civil war. Where they're using poverty people as pawns to reform government. Hey, you know what?
To all of the first responders who
are out there, to make us feel like uncomfortable and stuff like that. And so, but there is no what do you call it? There is no and Portland hits home too because I've been in Seattle, okay? And it's on the West Coast, all right? And if it's talking about Los Angeles too, it's talking about Los Angeles as well.
I myself can fully understand the rage. I spoke this evening to George Floyd's siblings.
Obviously, the government, what do you call it? Obviously, the government knows what it's doing and stuff like that. And so it's a law, if you say the law. But this.
Right now is not that. The want